It is said that Tente once destroyed all of the world and then created 13 new lands to flourish under the guidance and will of the heavens. At the center of the world are the Kokai and Mount Ho. They are both protected by Seobo. Tente is the one who gave the 12 lands to the 12 people and gave a branch to each of them. A snake was wrapped around each branch, and they lifted up what is now the sky. Each branch had 3 fruit on it. One became the land, the other became a kingdom, and the last became a throne, and the branch itself became a pen. They say that's how this world was created. The land sustains the people, the kingdom sustains the law, the pen gives rise to history, and the throne symbolizes the virtue embodied in the Kirin. There are 12 kingdoms, and there are 12 rulers that go with them, and there are also 12 Kirin in the world. You happen to be one of the rulers, Yoko. You know?
My Kirin, his name is Keiki.
The Kirin selects the ruler, so if Keiki chose you to be the ruler of the kingdom, it means you're the Queen of K.
That day, the very first day that he appeared in front of me, he pledged his loyalty. Who are you?
Finally, my search for you has ended.
What? Don't come closer! I don't know who you are!
There is no mistake. It is you.
I think you may have the wrong person.
Don't be stubborn.
Huh?
I swear never to desert my post before your throne.
What? But
Accept it.
accept it?
If you value your life in any way, you must say that you accept it.
What? How do I?
Now, quickly.
I accept.
The Kirin is a very noble creature. The Kirin submits only to its ruler and never kneels to anyone else.
What exactly is a Kirin?
There are beasts called Yoju and Yoma that live in the Kokai. The purpose of those beasts are not fully known, but with the Kirin, it is different. The Kirin is a holy creature, and only 12 of them exist in this world, where the heavens decide the way things are. They can assume human shape too, and they possess many mysterious powers. They are also the only ones that choose the rulers of the kingdoms, and if a ruler loses his senses, the Kirin gets a sickness called Shitsudo and can die. Until the next Kirin is born and chooses a new ruler, the kingdom has no Kirin or ruler. A male Kirin is called Ki, and a female Kirin is called Rin. Their official title is Saiho. However, out of respect and awe, they are usually called Taiho.
King N had explained to me how the Kirin chooses its master.
Yoko, please sit down for a second.
It's just that...
Please, sit down. I need to explain something to you about the dynamics of how this all works.
So then they grabbed Yoko because she was the daughter of a king or something?
Not quite. Tente gives this special duty to a holy creature called a Kirin. Only the Kirin can choose who will be the rightful ruler. The Kirin is to choose a wise ruler who won't oppress the people, who will keep the kingdom safe, and help farmers keep peace on their land. However, no rain lasts forever in the world we come from. Do you have any idea why this is?
Because the king eventually dies and his successor might not be fit to be a king?
Well, in this world, if you become a ruler, your life changes. You're given eternal life. Here, you do not inherit the throne. Instead, the Kirin will select you. And then, the heavens keep a close eye on you.
Taiho advised the ruler to be just and compassionate. They asked the ruler to think about the people of their kingdom, to forgive the criminals, to decrease their taxes. But a real kingdom cannot be run in such a way. Sometimes you must ignore the Taiho to keep the kingdom in order. However, A Kirin must obey its master, no matter how wrong they are being.
So, you can do pretty much anything if you're chosen to be the ruler?
Yes, you can even abandon your people and go back to your world.
Abandon them?
There's nothing that you cannot do. If you want to go back home, then go ahead. But the heavens created the Kirin to look after the kingdoms and care for them, which means the heavens expect you to rule the country justly and with compassion. If you ignore the Kirin's words and become evil and ruthless, then you'll foil heaven's mission. The Kirin will lose all of its strength and die.
And if the Kirin dies, so does the ruler.
But I thought you were given eternal life.
That's right. But I would still die if I got beheaded or my body were cut in half. And since the Kirin chose the king will die if the Kirin does. But if the ruler dies first, the Kirin doesn't necessarily die. Keiki is an example of that.
Keiki.
You were chosen by Keiki. You still have to go to Mount Ho to be crowned officially. But the heavens have already made the decision. You are the Queen of K. Nothing can change that.
This is the center of the world. It's the land where only Shinsen live.
I thought it was just a myth.
I still think so, but it is a fact that the Kirin are born on Mount Ho. The Kirin's Ranka will only grow on Mount Ho.
That's right. In this world, people are born from the fruit shaped like an egg.
I can't even imagine how a baby is born from a woman's belly. There's the Riboku in the village, and the Yaboku in the field. I heard there's also a tree in the royal palaces which only the king or the queen can make a wish on. Animals and plants are also born from the Ranka. A married couple would make a wish on the Riboku and tie a ribbon to the branch. And when Tente grants their wish, the branch will bear fruit. When a Kirin grows up, the people of the Kirin's kingdom visit Mount Ho to see if they're the next ruler. This trip is called Shozan, but sometimes the ruler isn't among them.
I was in Japan, so I couldn't go on Shozan.
That's why the Kei Taiho had to go to the land called Horai, which is beyond the Kyokai.
Why do you use the character K for the kingdom and a different K for my name and for that of the Kirin?
Because that letter is called Kokushi. It is given to the ruler and the Kirin of K by the heavens. I'm from the kingdom of Ko, so my Kokushi is Ko. King Ko only governed for a few decades, but now that Korin is dead, the kingdom won't last for more than a few months.
So tell me, what are you going to do now, Rakashun? Do you want to be a government official?
Yes, but I'd like to study a little bit more first. I am very lucky and grateful that King En allowed me, a Hanju, to take the exam for Daigaku. He's also given me a wonderful place to stay.
That's great. And didn't you say that you had gotten a job, too?
I want to earn enough money so that I can pay for my own exam. That's the very least that I can do. What a wonderful world this Kingdom of En is.
King En and Enki are both Taika, just like me. They didn't know anything about this world, but yet they were able to build a kingdom that's lasted for over 500 years. And come to think of it, the Kirin of the Kingdom of Tai was also born in Horai.
But I heard that King Tai has passed away. So right now, Tai doesn't have a king or Saiho. The representatives from other kingdoms will surely all come to your investiture. And now you know just about enough information to keep from embarrassing yourself with them.
Thank you so much.
You're going to receive the Tenchoku before the investiture, aren't you?
Keiki wants me to leave now and go to Mount Ho. He says that I can wait there for the day to come. But you know, actually, what I'd really like to do is visit Ko first. Ko was one of the first places I traveled to. In this world, anyway.
Not here in Gyoten! We will not permit women here in Gyoten!
The previous queen of Kei, Jokaku, whose posthumous name is Yo-O, reigned over the kingdom for only a mere 6 years.
She was an ordinary woman, and she fell in love with Keiki, and then she tried to expel all the other women from Kei.
In the end, after she could take it no more, she killed herself so that she could save Keiki and the kingdom. After that, Keiki started searching for a new ruler all throughout the kingdom. And while Keiki was busy doing that, the younger sister of Yo-O showed up. Her name was Joy, and she insisted that she was to be the new queen.
Yes, Joy.
But since Joy wasn't a real queen, there were none of the signs which are supposed to occur naturally whenever a new ruler is crowned. The Hakuchi didn't cry, and there was no Zuyun scene either. But the average people were unaware of those things, so they just believed it when she and her Shuko raised her royal flag. And then there's the Shuko. The officials who governed the 9 states of Kei had a reason to support Joy, because the kingdom of Ko supported Joy.
Your Majesty, 3 people of Ko have lost their lives. Please call this off.
People will always die. Nonetheless, I must protect my world.
Why do you hate the Kaikyaku, rather those that are the Taika? Why is it?
In the other world, a child comes directly out of a woman's stomach.
And so then, what's it got to do with any of this?
Would you want that kind of abomination loose and roaming the land in this world of ours?
Your Majesty.
Then later I found out more about it. King Ko knew his kingdom would not prosper like En, or any other governed by a Taika. He needed for Kei to be poorer than Ko, so that he wouldn't lose face. That's why he supported Joy. He knew that she was a fake queen.
Joy and King Ko tried to capture the Kei Taiho. But he was already on his way to Horai, hoping that he'd find his new master there, just like the En Taiho did.
And right around that same time, I'd been having nightmares about being attacked by monsters. Now that I think about it, maybe the sword Suigu was somehow trying to warn me.
Luckily, the Kei Taiho found you and pledged his loyalty to you. But then, King Ko sent the Yoma after you.
What is that giant bird?
It's a Kocho. Hyoki!
So then, Korin was commanding those Yoma.
The Kirin usually have Yoma to protect themselves. They are called Shirei. And Yoma can call upon the same kind of Yoma to help them. That's why you've been attacked so often in large numbers.
Keiki caused a shoku when he brought me here. What is that?
A shoku is like a storm that can connect this world and Horai. Kings, queens, high-ranked Sennin, and Kirin can bring forth a shoku by themselves, and there are many cases where people get sucked into a shoku and blown into this world from Horai. Those people are called Kaikyaku.
Because of my fear and selfishness, Asano and Sugimoto got caught in the shoku, and they both ended up in this world too.
Well, they were obviously protected by the Shirei of Keiki and Korin. Otherwise, you can bet that neither of them would have made it through the shoku. That's for sure.
And when I got here, I noticed there was a change. Even my appearance began to change.
That's because you're what we call a taika. The ruler of K is always born in K. You came from Aranka somewhere in K, but then somehow you got caught in the Shoku and were born in Horai. It's called being a taika. When a taika comes back to this side, they start to regain their original appearance. Meanwhile, King Ko captured the K Taiho and handed him over to Joy. As long as Joy had Keiki beside her, the people believed that she was the real queen.
I had no idea. I always thought the Yoma were after me because of Keiki.
The truth is that King Ko knew that you were the real queen of K, and he was trying to get rid of you. I don't think King Ko wanted control over K. He just couldn't stand to see another kingdom governed by a taika.
King Ko tricked Sugimoto into trusting him, and Asano tragically fell off a cliff into a fast current.
What's the matter, Yoko?
Rakashun, if I hadn't met you at just the time I did, then I'd probably be dead right now.
Don't say that, Yoko.
Rakashun, when I met you, you helped me to understand this world. I learned about a kingdom named En, and I met the king of En. And I found out that I am the Queen of K.
I think you can do it.
I have learned a lot in this world. I was incomplete as a person, and I had shallow relationships with all the people that I knew. I regret letting myself be that way. I just want to start over again. And if I become the queen, I won't be able to go back home.
But Yoko...
I don't hate this world anymore. And I know I'm going to regret leaving it too. But if I stay here, I know I might regret that as well. Oh, no matter which world I'm in, I'm bound to miss the other.
Don't turn around. At least not right this second, okay? I had no choice. I had to change. I wouldn't have been nearly tall enough to do this as a rat. Yoko, it doesn't matter to me whatever you choose. But if you're in doubt, maybe you should choose what feels right to your heart. I mean, if you're going to regret it anyway, wouldn't you rather regret it less? And I would love to see what kind of kingdom you'd build. I'm sure it would be great.
Thank you, Rakashu. And then, I became a queen.
Be quiet, you taker!
Yoko!
Korin.
Korin chose death to save her master from committing a great sin by killing a queen. And without the support of King Ko's royal army, Joy's militia was very weak.
I'll never forget the faces of the people I saw there.
I now pronounce you as queen, by the mission and authority of heaven. I swear never to desert my post before your throne. Now accept my protection and promise as queen.
I accept. I also heard that the king of Ko had a son and a daughter. Do you think I would be able to talk with them sometime? And I want to meet all the people that I met when I was in Ko. I want to talk to them again.
Are you going to go look for your lost friend, the one that you called Asano? You must feel pretty lonely since your friend Sugimoto went back. Considering everything that's happened, do you have any regrets? Where are you going?
Would you keep this for me? It just eats tiny grains of silver.
Grains of silver? Wait, don't forget, I'm just a struggling student. I can't take care of that.
The King of En gave it to me.
But it's yours.
This bird can carry your voice with it anywhere. And it also has the ability to come and find me no matter where I go. That means you can send it to me and I can hear your voice once in a while. I should probably get going now. I don't want to get Keiki mad at me.
Hold on, Yoko, wait.
Rakashun?
Huh?
You once told me that you wanted to see what kind of kingdom I would be able to build, right? Well, I'm not going to look back until I finish the job. Thank you, Rakashun.
The Hanju woman said Taiki, but he could not understand what she meant. The 12 Kingdoms, Episode 15, The Sea of Wind, The Shore of the Maze, Chapter 1.